Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
Hey guys, thank you for being here because today we're going to be recapping the new episode of the Kardashians. That's season 3, episode 6. Let's begin. The title of this episode is called The Tension is Brewing. The episode opens up with Kim not going to another country or a fashion show or a gala. She went to the DMV. She needs to take her driver's license photo. I found it funny, and of course she's, all glammed up. Something I found interesting is that when she was talking about like her height, because you know how you have to fill all that information in, she's only 5'3", so she's pretty short. Her whole entourage of makeup is there, but I will say, just so y'all know, there wasn't people at the DMV. Like, they went after like the normal hours were over, so there was nobody, but obviously they stayed open just for her. But I did find it a little annoying that they kept wanting to retake the picture. That poor DMV lady was just like, guys, like, just take it once and that's it. Next up, we see Khloe. She's meeting up with Kourtney, and they talk about this tension that has been brewing and brewing. Khloe asks Kourtney when will she talk to Kim so that they can just move on. Kourtney is not too excited to do so because she wants Kim to be the one that reaches out, because she feels like because Kim hasn't reached out, she probably doesn't even care. And again, she basically calls Kim unloyal and greedy. So she begins to explain once again why the Dolce and Gabbana thing is bothering her. So Khloe says, okay, everything you're saying to me, you got to say it to Kim. It's better to have it like said now before you keep on bottling it up and then you implode on her. So Kourtney says that for her survival, she needs something that's only hers, like a business or whatever, a project. And I'm sorry, I try to be open and impartial to the Kardashians, but this is so bizarre. Hearing a woman with a husband and kids and millions of dollars in the bank cry about this, a Dolce & Gabbana collab, when there's people living in the street and are like losing their lives. I just had to say that, and I'm not going to say it anymore because I do understand that, they are the Kardashians, so it's another world, but I just had to say it because Kourtney is a little bit too extra. We move on to another scene where Khloe is getting ready. I find it so funny because almost every episode of this show, if you go to any random episode, most of the scenes is one of them sitting in a chair getting ready. That's funny. But Khloe is with Kim's assistant because they are planning a surprise birthday Vegas thing. It sounds fun. They're going to go to dinner and then they're going to go to an Usher concert because Kim really likes him. And then next up, it's the HBIC herself, Kris Jenner. Kris goes to Kim's house and they talk about Kim because she's turning 42. So she's telling her where she was in what point in her life she was at when she was 42. And they take a moment to appreciate their family and the life that they've built. And with many great things, they also have some very negative things. Kris says something that actually surprised me. She says that she sometimes feels a little guilty for all the hate that the family gets. And that the family gets blamed for every situation. And I get it. Even though I just criticized Kourtney literally a minute ago, I understand that they do get a lot of hate and a lot of it isn't even warranted. It's just extra. So I liked her talking about that. And Kris also tells Kim that she's very proud of her. Moving along, we get to the surprise that Khloe is making for Kim. So the first thing she did was have a dinner, and she did it in Kim's office. All her friends are there, all her family, including Kourtney. Like I said, it was in the office, but it was a little weird because they had it was all covered in white curtains, but it kind of looked like when you're a little kid and you make those like big forts out of the bed sheets, and that's kind of what it looked like. And then the table was full of white candles, like extremely full of white candles. And I just thought, is this a Scarlet Witch spell? What's going on here? But something that is hilarious is because of how big Kim's team is and how much they all like to, gossip around, Kim already knew about all the surprises that Khloe was doing for her, but she didn't want to make her feel bad, so she played along. So at this dinner, Kris, the mom, gives a speech, and as she's saying, very nice things to Kim, I love you, I'm proud of you, she also says you are now the leader of the family. Is she right? Yes, Kim is obviously the leader of the Kardashians, but to say that in front of your other daughters, I don't know, I would probably feel bad too if I was one of them. And then, they bring out the birthday cake and they sing happy birthday to her, and that was really nice. Then the next day is when they all, get onto the little rented van because they're going to the airport to leave to Vegas and party. They arrive at the private airplane and they're in the plane having shots, having fun. But then all of a sudden, y'all, there's a lot of turbulence on the plane. And I was scared just watching it because you could actually see it moving. And if I was scared just watching, I can't imagine what it must have been like being there. They tried to land 2 times and they couldn't. So unfortunately, they weren't able to go to Vegas. They had to go back home. Which sucks, because who wouldn't want to go to a concert for one of your favorite artists? And when they get home, they decide to go to a local In-N-Out, and it was full of people. And I was just thinking, can you imagine you're at In-N-Out having your burger and all of the Kardashians walk in with all of their filming crew? That's crazy. Anyway, they ordered so much food. They take the food inside of the little party van that they have and they eat. And then once again, Kris gives yet another little speech. I also gotta say, you gotta feel very comfortable having your mom to be in your party with all your other friends. But again, it is Kris Jenner, so I understand. And that was all that we got this episode. Nothing too crazy, but it was just a fun episode, kind of seeing Kim celebrate her birthday. I'm excited for next week's episode because Kim is going to open up about Kanye's activity that we saw last year, so I can't wait for that. But as far as this episode, you guys, that was it. Let me know any comments you have, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time, and y'all have a great one. Bye.